So, do you prefer fashion victim or ensemble challenged? Hello, fellow doll lovers. Barbie Nation here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another video with me today. My name is Aryan, aka Barbie Nation, and what I do is I collect dolls, I play with dolls, I talk about dolls, and every now and then I give them a super cute makeover. So if you're into anything cute, sweet, and petite, definitely subscribe to my channel to get some lovely pastel glitters on your feed. Now let's get into Barbie versus Bratz on the Clueless collabs. Here we go. Ooh, Clueless turns 30 this year, so we are getting a 30th anniversary collab from Mattel, but also MGA with Barbie, Bratz, Polly Pocket, and more. I'm kind of here for the drama, yeah, because once again, Barbie and Bratz are going head to head with a similar release. Like, when did that ever happen? I'm so surprised this was even, well, I want to say legal, but you know, usually they really do like these really exclusive collaborations with a certain movie or a brand, and I bet someone over at the one or other side is not happy with this. So our main focus today is Barbie versus Bratz. Obviously, we saw the release of the Clueless Barbies first, and then a week later we saw the release of the Bratz version. Ow. All I can say is ouch. Honestly, I just want to sit back, close my eyes, pretend it's 1995, and admire the dolls we had back then, where everyone was peaceful and happy with their dolls, and yeah, because who could ever beat this, right? I mean, this was the 90s. This was a collector level of today. You can't argue with this. So let's dive into the details of these dolls that we have all seen, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. Barbie versus Bratz, go. Starting off with Barbie, because they first got their release last week, and you know, I will always be a Barbie fan first and foremost, and I hate to see Barbie lose. I really hate to see Barbie lose, but seeing these Barbie dolls, I mean, I haven't even seen the Bratz dolls at this point, and yeah, this is plain line. These dolls are 60 bucks. On some places 55. I don't know what's happening at where you shop. I think it depends, but around 60. These girls, it would be a totally different thing if these girls were like around 30. Because that's what these girls are worth. Yeah. I actually really do love them because it's stereotypical Clueless dolls. If you think of Dion, if you think of Cher, these are the looks you think about. So it's, you know, it's obviously Clueless, and that's really fun to me. But I'm afraid that the fabric of these outfits is going to be like the really cheap, almost synthetic-ish scrunchy fabric. I'm not sure about the yellow vest from Cher underneath and the red top. I think those are kind of nice soft fabrics, but then again, are they separate pieces? They might just be sewn and attached to that blazer piece, you know? Yeah. In the mind of these dolls being 30, that would make these dolls really adorable. Let's get real. Right? It's the fact that these are around 60 that makes people go off about them. And I've said it 100 and millions of times, and I'm glad other people do this too, but it's not the designers. They are, they have to work with very strict budgets, and this is what they can deliver on this tight budget. And I gotta say, job well done, but go talk to your managers because these price points are insane. People will leave this, especially when there's a release of like a competitor out there who's killing it more than you are. And I'm actually glad Bratz came with like a counterpart or like, a serious competition, because it lights a fire under their asses to get their shit together. Yeah, I usually do really not use these kind of words, but right? Even when we switch to the boxes where we get to see a more kind of like realistic image of the dolls, you really can see that the quality is not matching the price point here. And why did we get a recycled bag for Cher when Dion gets kind of like her own new hat? They could have added more accessories or some kind of miniature things like the pen with the fluff. There are things you can come up with to add to these packages. I hope, because I have both of them on the way and I will do a cute video on them, obviously, but I really hope that I will be pleasantly surprised when I unbox these two queens of the 90s. So let's make it a little positive here. What I do like, I like Dion, and I like that she has the face mold of Brooklyn. I think it fits her very nicely because they obviously made a choice not to do like new face screenings for these dolls, even though they have Dion's face from back in the 90s, so they could have chosen to use that face mold, but instead they tried to really look away from their 90s counterparts and create something entirely new. That's why she has the Brooklyn face, which I think suits Dion's looks very nicely, and Teen Skipper on Cher's face. And Teen Skipper was already planned for the 90s release, so I'm glad they finally pushed through and used the Teen Skipper face mold for Cher. Okay, so the box is very pink, it's glittery, it has, the pink fluff, it has the diamonds, it has it all. So let's quickly also look at their promotional pictures because, I always love those pictures and all of the attention and details that go into them. So first, let's look at Cher's. Okay, seeing the doll, we looked at the doll, okay, but let's look at the back and, the extras in the back. Because there's a petite girl there in the back with the Andra face, clearly the ones from the Barbie Look series. She's wearing an ensemble that I would style, absolutely 100%. So, I'm living for that look. She's wearing the Barbie extra skirt, the blazer or cardigan I don't really recognize, and those Barbie pop reveal shoes that everyone's obsessed about. Even the stylists who work on these promo pictures at Mattel. And also that guy in the back with the kind of like golf gargoyle print. I never know how to pronounce that, but you know what I mean. He has some cute shoes. Cute shoes. In another picture, you can clearly see that these are kind of like knockoff old school Vans. Adorable. Then the other girl in the back, I think this is from, I don't know if I recognize this, but this is either a Y2K fashion pack or the pants from Barbie Rain and Sun? Who knows? But what I'm most obsessed about is that girl in the back. Barbie Extra Fancy with the mint green teal piece that she has on with the faux fur, the checkered skirt, the heart-shaped bag. I need a fashion pack of that whole look. Super cute. So let's take a look at Dion's. She has the same extras in the back, except for the Barbie style girl in the back and a random, I think a fashionista Ken? I'm not quite sure. Maybe you recognize that doll, but I think it's a fashionista Ken. That Barbie style girl, super cute. That top, I have that top on a Skipper actually. It is a teen Skipper look from the 90s. Here we have the full look. Adorable, and you can see it's the same top. I'm still, oh, I love this look so much. Tina actually sent this one with the Teen Skipper, and I'm forever obsessed. So yeah, these were the promo pictures. Now let's head on over to Bratz. Yeah, it's time to gag, it's time to goop, it's time to wow and be amazed, because wow. These girls look so good. They even added an amber to the line, and you can already tell that the fabrics of the looks that they are wearing is way better quality, and these are only a difference of $10 because these are $70 a piece. They are going to be released in separate batches. So first up is Cher. I think second is Dion, and last Amber. Wait, I gotta go check that. Okay, so the first doll is going to be Cher. She drops on July 17th on Bratz.com. It's the same kind of release that we saw on the Mean Girls releases. Then I think Dion and Amber will follow soon after. I think it's best just to go to Bratz.com and see whichever doll will be released next, but July 17th is the one that needs to be marked in everyone's calendar. I am afraid that this is going to be another, you know, drama release, the same with the Mean Girls, that they're going to be like sold out in, you know, a minute, and people won't even stand a chance, and we have to go resort to scalpers once again online to get these girls. But who knows, maybe they learned about the Mean Girl release and, I don't know, keep out the scalpers for some reason. Let's hope so. Back to the girls. These, even the packaging on these girls, they're like shopping bags. And they come with an extra outfit. They have this student ID card or whatever. They have a mannequin for the second outfit. There are so many extra things. Wow. They really knocked it out of the park with this one. It looks collectible. That is the main difference with Barbie. This really looks collectible, as in Barbie just looks playline and not so collectible. I just love those phrases that they have above their heads. Of course, Cher has the as if phrase. Amber says whatever, and Dion says totally ready. I'm really excited for these Bratz girls, and I'm not like a Bratz collector because, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm a Barbie fan through and through. But sometimes, I mean, you just cannot deny, you know, that Bratz obviously won this one. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at their second looks, because obviously these are their iconic Clueless looks. Cher, Dion, and Amber. That Amber look is just, oh, I know they did an Amber also in the 90s, but she got, I think, a look from the TV series instead of the movie. But this is how we know Amber, you know? Totally love that. Okay, so her second look actually is a red party dress. And I was kind of confused because wasn't Cher also wearing this dress? It's been a long time since I've seen the movie, so I don't know if there's a scene where she gives Amber maybe the dress or vice versa. But they're obviously wearing the same dress. Doesn't matter. It's quite simple, actually. There must have been a ton of other looks to choose from for Amber, because they all have like a million cute looks in this movie. But yeah, that's probably my only critique is about the second looks of all of these girls, actually, because Cher here comes with that party look. Yeah, it's cute, but obviously not my aesthetic, because I really love, you know, like the pink, the pastels, the fluff and all. And Cher had like a gazillion looks in this movie, but they chose this one. I think, you know, it's cute either way, and it's well made. I mean, that's the most important thing. But it's Cher. I would have loved to see another school outfit or something cuter. Yeah. So while Amber and Cher got their party looks, Dion, for some reason, got her gym clothes. Yeah. Even though it is a cute look, it is a very plain look. I would have loved to see that kind of like red velvet with the white collar look on her, which is just very, I don't know, it's serving, you know, dark academia, which I'm really into lately. And she could be a student on Nevermore easily with that look. So that would have been a much better choice for Dion. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Which look should be their second look? Or are you just really happy with their second look? Okay, comparison time. When you look at these side by side, again, ouch, ouch. You know, I'm not really into the proportions of these Bratz dolls. That is the only thing that keeps me away, actually, from this whole Bratz thing. So I want the proportions of Barbie, but the quality of Bratz. That is the mixture that I'm after. But when you look at these, I mean, yeah, I think 80% absolutely would choose Bratz over Barbie, maybe even more. Yeah. Especially here again, when you look at the packaging, like I said earlier, Barbie's playline and Bratz is really serving collectible. That is the whole thing about this whole drop. And I must say that maybe in Dion's case, you know, I don't know. I wanted to say maybe in Dion's case, I like maybe Barbie even a little bit more. But again, it's the proportions that makes me want to choose Barbie. But then again, when I look at the Bratz release and I see those nice details on these outfits, gosh, even if you, okay, look at a side-by-side between Dion here in Barbie form and Bratz form. You can see the detail, the difference in detail on a million things. The hat, for instance, Barbie's like this completely like 3D printed almost hat, and the Bratz release really is like a fabric hat. The ribbon is real ribbon. The little rose details, an actual fabric rose. The phone, it also looks way better. And her blazer, the edges or the cuffs and, you know, the collar is actually this kind of like shiny fabric material. Whether at Barbie's side, it's just kind of like this bland, you know, kind of type. Her vest underneath is like a tiny vest. In the Barbie form, it is just a top. And like I said, I'm not quite sure yet if these are all separate pieces on the Barbie, but in the Bratz doll, I'm for sure 100% that these are all separate pieces. And you know, what also maybe kind of bugs me is that we're getting like nothing new from Barbie. Even the shoes are, you know, recycled because we have seen that shoe mold before. No new faces because the faces are already there. The jewelry that she has on, those earrings are nothing new. Maybe the mobile phone and Dion's hat is the only thing that is like newly sculpted for these dolls. So again, what is your take on this whole release? And maybe, okay, so to my Barbie fans out there, do you also, you know, struggle with this same kind of like battle inside your head? Like, you really want Barbie to win, but maybe it's because we hold on to those nice memories of, you know, vintage Barbies and the way Barbie used to be and used to deliver. And the way Bratz actually also came for Barbie online on their own territory, like on their own social media page. Like, I think they said underneath the post, like, do you prefer fashion victim or ensemble challenged? Which is a total read, of course, to Barbie. I thought, you know, brilliant. Let them feel it, let them know, and let them know that they have to come back in some way stronger than MGA with some kind of future release, right? So let's just go back to that time where we really got some amazing Clueless dolls.
Here's 411. It's Clueless in a whole new way. Meet Dion and Amber, and of course, Cher. So today, I failed my driver's test, but instead of going postal, we shopped. Think these monster outfits are all we bought? As if!
Cher got a teddy bear pack that so goes with her mini.
Observe the contents. We're outie! Major snaps from your clueless friends.
Dolls and vehicles sold separately.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 1995. Clueless, Cher, Amber, and Dion with their amazing faces. So, of course, I'm saying 1995, but again, these were released in 1996, box date 1995, but shelf date, I think, 1996, because these are from the TV series and not from the movie. But look at the faces. So they chose, like, the real actress faces. Cher, first, they wanted to actually use the Skipper face mold, the Teen Skipper one, but instead they chose to do like an actress screening of the faces, which turned out great because they really look like the actresses. Amber actually looks maybe the most off, also because she has long hair and not that cute little bob that she actually has. But Dion, in my opinion, looks the best. Absolutely, by far. And they not only had these dolls, but they also came with these amazing fashion packs. And thank the doll lords for Linda, who sent most of those fashion packs my way. And I always find myself reusing those items from those fashion packs because, let's face it, Clueless had amazing fun fashion. 90s fashion packs, 90s Clueless dolls, they were amazing. So amazing. So maybe we should just back off from this whole drama and just, leave them for what they are and just go back to 1995/1996 and enjoy ourselves, the vintage girls we once got. And while we're still kind of like lingering on this whole 90s fact, I also came across this super cute post of Bill Greening where he shared some of these Fashion Avenue sets. They were really like super, well, I don't want to say Clueless inspired, but they really give off super cute Clueless energy. So it was this picture with like 6 Fashion Avenue packs. They're all, look at these outfit pieces and packs from back in the day. So fun. He actually said that he really collected these back in the day while they were still very affordable. $5.99 at Toys R Us. Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at this one, this blue number. With the high knee socks, the mini skirt, and I'm realizing that my whole aesthetic is pastel Clueless, basically. But this is a really, really cute set. The buttons, then like cute little scarf. The bag is also fabric. Wow. Wow. Fashion Avenue is, I wonder how many they did. Does someone know? Like, does Mattel even know how much they did with Fashion Avenue? Each time when I think like I've seen them all, new ones are appearing from some kind of angle in my life. Either on eBay, suggested, or, whatever. Okay, so this look, again, so cute with that woolen shirt with a pattern on it. Need I say more? It's not even pastel aesthetic, but it's serving like upper class, high school Clueless vibes. Bill was totally right for posting these looks because they really do serve a very high Clueless aesthetic and vibe. This one is definitely one of my faves among the ones that he shared. And this also resembles, I think, a look that Cher actually wore in Clueless. How fun. And I love seeing people collect these Fashion Avenue packs and find like the perfect 90s model for these looks. I think Dolls Made Me Do It does this the most, and I enjoy watching his reels so much doing this. It's also a very fun and satisfying way to see, a fashion pack come to life with an actual doll. And it totally reminds me that I absolutely, of all people, should also do this, or at least a fun video. Okay, I take back my words. This is absolutely 100% my fave. This is a very cute look. Very, very cute. The thing is, though, it's kind of a shame that these looks don't quite fit nicely on a made-to-move body. They really are made for that 90s superstar body. It fits them the best. I wish we could go back to those days where we had these, you know, very curated looks. Nowadays, everything is like very baggy and, I don't know, not so preppy anymore. And I love a good preppy look. Yeah. Okay, so those were just kind of like the looks that I wanted to discuss. What a fun way of Bill to reminisce back into the day with some very fun Fashion Avenue looks that resemble the Clueless aesthetic. Thank you, Bill. So quickly though, very quickly. This Clueless drop from also Mattel and Polly Pocket is just... what? Super, super cute. Even like with Cher's home, you know, in the first... when you click it open, and then you can pull the lid of that house, that front of the house, and you see like the living room, Cher's bedroom, and all these kind of cute little items. They served with Polly Pocket in this special release. And finally, I'm seeing a tie in a drop for Clueless, because it's always Amber, but tie, I mean, the whole thing about this movie was, it was actually about her, right? It just reminds me that I just really need to get that limited edition steelbook and go watch Clueless right away with my 90s girls. So, you guys, the Clueless drop. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? Are you team Barbie? Are you team Bratz? Or are you team both? That's also a possibility, of course. Let's keep that conversation rolling down in the comments below, and I will see you all in a next video. Mwah! Okay, so that's it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get notified by any new videos that I upload. You can also follow me on Instagram at Barbie Nation. That's usually where I post all of my updates. And until the next video, mwah, big kisses from me, and I love you all.